overview. In aligning with our 10-year anniversary, I'm very excited today to announce SUMO 10. This is a sneak peek of what is on the horizon to be released to our customers and prospective customers. SUMO 10 is our most powerful, reliable, fast, and secure release ever. The architecture and feature set is pretty much everything our customers have been asking for over the years, and we decided to completely rebuild this product from the ground up to take advantage of some new technology that is available. This is a short list of the features that I'm going to be going over today that are included in this release. Existing customers may upgrade to this release, and new customers will start out on SUMO 10. So it starts with a calendar connector. And so in the SUMO user settings, users will be able to connect their Google Calendar or Microsoft Office 365 directly to SUMO. So they no longer will rely on appointment synchronization. And by connecting their calendars directly and having a persistent connection, SUMO will be able to derive availability in real time and put the appointments directly on their source calendar. This is a fundamental architecture change to our product, whereas in the past we relied on syncing all appointment data, which is a pretty heavy process. You could still use sync technology if you want to, however, the product is not dependent on sync technology. It has what we call a calendar connector, also like an availability engine, which is a very robust calendar API server that manages all of the availability of tens of thousands of users in real time across multiple calendars. This release will, out of the box, support Google Calendar and Microsoft Office 365. We do have plans to support additional connectors to Exchange, I believe Apple iCloud, and others in the future. So that is a fundamental starting point. Next is an instant booking wizard. So SUMO 10 now will have an updated booking wizard that works on every object in Salesforce, mainly contacts, leads, and cases, but I believe you can do it on just about any object. You can also customize this. It's template driven per record type, and it allows you to have a schedule now button on these objects, and when you click on that, you'll get this interface where you can instantly book appointments. You can quickly define the location, whether it's a web conference, a phone, an in-person appointment, the duration, if someone's going to be attending, you can add all the attendees, you can have multiple people attend, and then you can use the calendar down below to quickly choose a time. And so if you add multiple attendees, it will, in real time, using our calendar connector, check all of their availability in a matter of seconds and show you the availability across a pool of resources. You can also add a resource pool. So if you have a resource pool of like sales engineers, you can put that in there, and then the system will choose the sales engineer for you based on round robin or a number of assignment rules. And so this is the instant booking wizard. Really fast, easy way. Usually it's meant if you're on the phone with a customer or sitting in person with them and you want to quickly find a time for them to meet with a colleague and schedule on behalf of somebody else or for yourself, etc. This includes a location search, so perhaps you need to be able to find a company location nearest the customer. You can quickly see, X miles away from the customer, what is the nearest location. You could also find a third-party location, like the nearest Starbucks, to meet the customer at if you like. So that's also included. And then there's a user search. So perhaps you need to schedule on behalf of somebody else, and you need the customer to meet with a mortgage expert or somebody in the company that's a part of another resource pool or has a certain skill set or works in a certain location. You can use the user search to quickly find that person and add them to the appointment as needed. Now, the same interface can be repurposed for sending invites, and this is an updated invite manager that's a lot more robust than our current ability to send invites. So you would have a separate button on leads, contacts, person accounts, cases, and any custom object you want to put it on. That is email invite button. And so if you click that button, you get this very similar interface, but it has a whole bunch of other features included as well. And so you'll notice under the availability options in the top right, you can limit this email invite to a certain number of appointments. So if you just want to send someone an email and only allow them to schedule one appointment with it, You can put the number 1 in that field. You can add travel gaps. So if you need to go meet them somewhere, let's say I chose under location in person in a Starbucks for us to meet at, then I could say I need a 30-minute travel gap to get there and to return, and the system will actually, if it's a 30-minute meeting, it'll block an hour and a half of my calendar, so I have time to get there and get back. It's also got a number of different availability options, which I'll go through in a moment. So let's see. You can email invites to meet with a group of people as well. And so if I wanted to add myself, maybe my director of support and a few other people, and then send this email invitation to somebody, and when they click on it, they're going to be able to be self-scheduling with all of us, and they will only see times that we're all available. That's a feature we've been getting requests for a while now, so we're excited to offer that. Again, you can put a resource pool in there. The customer will only be seeing times that whoever's pulled from the resource pool is available. And that covers the invite manager. Now, zooming into the invite manager a little bit, if I chose in that top right, let me go back, under availability options, you see we have open, date range, rolling window, and custom. If I choose these, I get a few more options. Like open is just going to show on my work shift or my availability schedule any open appointment, any open slots I have. If I click date range, then I could say for the next, from starting this date to ending that date, maybe for just a 3-day period, when I email this to somebody, they can schedule an appointment with me or this group of people. Rolling window would say, is it a 5-day or a 10-day rolling window? That just means whenever I email this to somebody, whenever they click it, they can only schedule for, the next 10 days. And then custom, which is, I think, one of the coolest features, allows you to, if I click on this, then I can scroll down and I'll have the custom availability here. And whoever I've got on my team that's attending, it will show an aggregate of all of our availability. And then I can simply drag on here a few windows. So if I wanted to, looks like we're all free from 1 to 5 and 8 to 12 and 1 to 5 on this day, I could just drag on the page. It would color those green. And then I could send this email invite to somebody, and when they get it and they click that link, they're only going to see slots, 30-minute slots in these windows to meet with the 3 people that I put on, on my team included on the invite. So it's a really great way to just give somebody, a customer primarily, a limited number of slots to meet with yourself and potentially other people. So that's the custom availability feature. And then further, you can add a message to it, like make sure you park across the street. You can add attachments. And this is the customer experience. So when the customer gets that email invitation, they can then click on the link and they're going to get a very streamlined, single page, fast performing scheduler that is unique to the inbound online scheduler that I'll show you in a moment. So in this case, we send an invite, they click the link, they get this page. And really all it does is summarize the meeting details, who they're going to be meeting with, and shows select a date and time. It defaults to the first available date, and they can then simply choose a time to meet. Their information will already be accounted for, so they don't need to tell us who they are, and they just click schedule and they're done. So it's very streamlined and straightforward. We also have a new online scheduler. This is meant for, we call it like our inbound scheduler. It's meant to be on like your website or in your Salesforce community. And this is also very streamlined. It is, but it has more options. So you can go through and have like a where page where they can choose a location, a what page, they can choose a type of appointment, the same online scheduler we have today, but it's been completely re-architected and it looks fantastic. So this is also available in SUMO 10. Here's a view of the when page. So being able to quickly choose a time. All of it is mobile responsive, so works really well on mobile as well. And it includes the ability to deploy it in a pop-up window or in an iframe on the page. And so you can get a snippet of code and very quickly put it on your website. So if someone clicks a button, it'll shadow box the background and pop this up in a pop-up window. All of it's configurable, so you can change all of this text to any text that you want. and add your logo and things like that. Furthermore, SUMO 10 supports multi-language, and so the entire customer experience, this online scheduler, for example, can be changed to support any language, and the employee experience inside of Salesforce basically can support multi-language as well. SUMO 10 being built on the Salesforce Lightning architecture is compatible with Salesforce community templates. So as you can see in this example, there's a Schedule Now button that's been embedded in this community. So you can easily enable customers and partners to self-schedule appointments with your staff from within a Salesforce community. These are updated user settings, so we've really focused on making sure that this release is extremely intuitive from a user perspective. Everything is worded well, explains what you should do. For users, for example, if you want to turn this on, which you can turn off and have an administrator manage this for the users if you want, but if you want the users to be self-sufficient, they can go in and connect their calendar, define their availability, get training and help, and there's a number of other settings that they can control to personalize their experience. And then the admin settings also have taken a complete overhaul, so a lot better structure, more sort of embedded help within the admin settings to make it easy to understand, etc. So that is a quick overview of SUMO 10. The plan is to release it this fall 2019. If you have feature requests, we love hearing from our customers and what they like and what they wish the product had, and so we would absolutely encourage you to file a feature request. You can simply go to our customer community at help.sumoscheduler.com and log a case. It takes literally a minute, and just choose feature request and share as much information as you can about what you'd like to see in SUMO 10 or a future release. And if you are interested in upgrading to SUMO 10 or learning more about it, you can certainly send an email to our customer success leader, Shazia. She would love to hear from you as well. The date is not announced yet. As we get closer to the actual date, about 30 days out, we will be announcing, and so we'll send out some correspondence, making it more clear when the actual date is, but it is planned for later this year, and we look forward to this launch. Thank you for your time.